Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Brooke Hash. A new partnership to lead economic development in Louisville just announced. City leaders say it's become a success in boosting growth across the country in cities like Cincinnati, Columbus, and Philadelphia. Mayor Craig Greenberg today announced the steps toward the creation of Louisville Economic Development Alliance, which is a new public-private partnership. That nonprofit will lead business attraction and expansion efforts, develop new funding tools for small businesses, and then receive investment from public and private entities. The alliance will be led by a more than 30-member board with representatives from private businesses, nonprofits, organized labor, higher education, and local government.
Our focus is on really building the strength of the entire city. And historically, economic development has also often been focused on by, there are certain people that focus on healthcare economic development, logistics economic development, and by industry they go. We're taking a broader approach than that with this, really focusing on the strengths that our city has and how we capitalize them.
We have already seen action items detailed in that plan coming to fruition, including new investments in our parks, community centers, and securing historic investments in several downtown projects such as the Belvedere, Louisville Gardens, and the Community Care Campus. The city of Louisville is expanding its crisis diversion program to 24-hour service. It's designed to send mental health professionals to certain 911 calls instead of police. And since the program's launch in March of 2022, MetroSafe said it's deflected more than 4,000 calls to the mobile crisis response team. Deputy Chief Steve Healy said this program allows people to get the help they need while Metro Police can then focus on combating the violent crimes.
When you talk about the run volume that it takes away from LMPD. So, our officers can respond to violent crime, actively patrol the neighborhoods. We've heard the complaints about, response times to accidents, taking reports and things like that. So that also helps do this.
Starting on Monday, 7 county services will have 46 staff members dedicated to the deflection response program. Those include 27 meeting someone in crisis in the field. According to city data, since April, the downtown area and South Louisville have the most calls deflected from this program. Kentucky businesses that want to sell, process, or grow medical marijuana can start applying for those permits on Monday. It's part of an accelerated push to have products available by early next year. Applications for those licenses will be available through the end of August, with the goal of having some medical cannabis already available in January when those products become legal. Doctors and advanced practice registered nurses can begin submitting their applications to let them certify eligible patients to buy the drug as well. And Kentucky's Board of Medical Licensure and the Board of Nursing will oversee the process. Another great pool day, as we've been talking about, for everyone that's just looking for a cool place to hang out on this Friday. Alden?
Yeah, it's going to be hotter and more humid today, and especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's really going to be the stellar pool day for us. Nice look outside, though. Right now, we do have some high clouds around there. Water Tower Square in Jeffersonville from our first Savings Bank camera. Temperatures are rising quite quickly. We're sitting at 85 degrees right now, but it feels like it's 87. And yesterday, our high temperature was only 88 degrees, so that's giving you a little bit of an idea of how much warmer things are already. We do have a little bit of a breeze, though, so that's helping to stir up the air just a little bit. Elsewhere across the region, across Metro Louisville, temperatures are in the middle to upper 80s right now, and we're seeing those temperatures also a little bit milder to the south, where you're in the low 80s right now, and Bedford still up there near 78 degrees, so not quite as bad. But tomorrow, temperatures will also be in the low 90s, but it's going to come with an opportunity to see some more downpours similar to what we experienced the other day. I'll let you know if that's going to ruin any pool party plans you might have. Brooke?
Alden, thank you. Today, Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie shared his wife died yesterday. In a social media post, Massie said his high school sweetheart of 35 years went to heaven. Massie and his wife Rhonda had 4 kids together. He went on to thank everyone for their prayers during this difficult time. An investigation is underway at the Ace Hardware store in New Albany after 19 people were exposed to carbon monoxide. New Albany Fire said crews were called to that store on Charlestown Road yesterday morning and soon after the store opened. Officials believe it was a contractor who was using a machine inside that store overnight, which released high levels of carbon monoxide. 11 people were treated at the scene, 8 others taken to the hospital for treatment. A well-known bar in Louisville's Highlands neighborhood is closed after failing to pay rent. The Nowhere and Somewhere bars operators were evicted by the property owner this week. We do know the businesses have been plagued with problems in recent years, and we've reported on this. You can read more about them on our website. Well, we are learning more about the arrest of an LMPD detective who was arrested off duty. Detective Timothy Davis allegedly sped past a stop sign and crashed into a trailer in Bullock County. His arrest warrant details what authorities say happened in the hours after that collision. Our senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez spoke to the business that owns those trailers, still waiting to recoup its losses.
So here he is coming down the road.
A split-second decision not to stop.
This is him jumping and hitting.
Surveillance video showing the moment a car zips past the stop sign, plowing into one commercial trailer, causing it to crash into the trailer behind it.
Yeah, it was very dangerous.
Authorities say it was LMPD Detective Timothy Davis behind the wheel of an unmarked police cruiser, driving more than twice the speed limit on a local road in Mount Washington. He was off duty at the time. Security footage from May 18th provided to us by Tailored Renovations, which owns the trailers, shows the driver get out of the car, seemingly processing what just happened. Seconds later, he walks around to assess the damage, at one point pacing with his hands on his head. And now you can see the aftermath. More than a month later, the side of this trailer mangled here. You can actually still see the floorboards sticking out, and on the inside, much of the equipment this home renovation company uses on the day-to-day destroyed. Davis was arrested this week by his own department, charged with criminal mischief and tampering with evidence. The arrest warrant states the collision happened at 9:30 that Saturday night, but highlights they weren't called until just after 1:30 a.m. The warrant notes alcohol as a contributing factor, but Davis is not charged with DWI. The Mount Washington police officer writes, quote, "The only indication of possible alcohol involvement was from a single faint odor of alcohol during the collision investigation and the extreme lapse of reporting."
The good thing is that, we do have other resources that we can utilize at the time, but it is a huge inconvenience to have this sitting like this long, and not have it in working order.
Jesse Powers, the business's office manager, tells me now they wait for a response from Louisville Metro government to their claim for tens of thousands of dollars in losses. And as for Davis, he's on administrative leave and returns to court next month. Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
Now, Detective Davis was granted administrative release, which means he didn't have to post a bond. He'll be back in court on July 8th. An update in a deadly shooting from this past spring. The man accused of ambushing and killing a Louisville musician outside a Southern Indiana casino pleaded guilty. According to the Harrison County Prosecutor's Office, 20-year-old Antoine Proctor admitted to killing Lil Don Williams on March 17th just outside Caesars Southern Indiana Hotel and Casino. That's where the rapper was performing that evening. Video from that night shows Proctor stalking out Williams' car for about 3 hours. That's where police said once Williams left the casino, Proctor shot him. Proctor's due back in court for sentencing on July 22nd. Well, right now, LMPD detectives are searching for the person who fatally shot a teenager in the Phoenix Hill neighborhood. Police said it happened at an apartment complex on South Shelby Street around 10:30 last night. That teen died at the hospital. So if you have any information that might help police, you are urged to call that anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD.